know, the way they say that you know if you're going to like somebody in the first 5 seconds. You ever hear that one? Well, I think that very quickly I'll know whether or not something good is going to happen.
Well, ahead of the historic Singapore summit with North Korea, President Trump says he'll know right away whether Kim Jong-un means business.
Our next guest wrote the book on President Trump's negotiating skills. Brad Thomas is the author of The Trump Factor, and he joins us right now. Brad, a perfect voice to have this morning. You heard the president a couple days ago on the South Lawn on Friday saying, look, it's not about over-preparing for this. It comes down to attitude. How do you expect the president is going to go into this meeting?
Absolutely. It's great to be back on the show here again today. Look, President Trump has a number of tools in the toolkit. You know, as the deal maker in chief, I think one of his most strategic tools is his toughness. He's going to go into this summit as a very, very tough negotiator. You know, he's the deal maker in chief, and I fully expect him to go in with really, guns loaded, and he's going to, really charge like a rhino. He's going to take charge of this summit, and I think that's really going to be his number one tool that I think, again, Abby and Pete, that he's got in his toolkit.
Brad, as he goes in, is he, for his preparation, does he have, okay, I've got option 1, option 2, option 3 from a briefing book, or is he saying, hey, I'm really going to feel this out, and from there, I'll decide what's next?
You know, I think he's already, I think he knows what he's looking for. Again, his team is there in advance, and I think there's a lot of strategy that's going to be going into place here. But at the top, I mean, the leader, President Trump, he's really going to focus on, I think he's right. Those first minutes are going to tell a lot because, it really comes down to trust and building a trusting relationship with the parties involved. And I think, President Trump, eyeball to eyeball, he's going to be able to look Kim in the eye and really understand and develop, because I think that's going to be the key word from this summit, is building a relationship with trust and starting with that first meeting.
Yeah, because these things, as we know, are so delicate and they take time. Something as big as negotiating with North Korea. What will be success, in your opinion, leaving that summit on Tuesday? How will all of us here at home be talking about this as a successful meeting? What needs to be done?
Sure. Well, I think it will be successful. I have full confidence in the president. I think he's going to do a great job. He always is. Again, we hired him as the deal maker in chief. So my confidence is really at an all-time high going into this conference. But again, Trump Tower wasn't built in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day. And I don't think this summit's going to be, done in a day. I don't think we're going to, walk away with a done deal. I think this is the first brick in the foundation. So I think it's going to take a number of meetings and negotiations. But again, I think it's going to start with laying that foundation, that framework built on trust, and really starting to understand each other and flush out, the details here. But again, I think the parties involved, it really comes down to that relationship. And again, I don't think we're going to expect a lot that first week. I don't think it's going to be a market mover type of a week. But I think over time, hopefully, President Trump will be able to negotiate this deal again. And I think the foundation, the key word here is trust.
Brad, you say charging in like a rhino. It's a great visual. You've got Kim Jong-un. We don't know if he's 34, 35, or 36. It depends on who you believe. You've got President Trump has been through the ringer here in the real estate world in negotiations and business. What is it about his past that has prepared him, as he says? He said, I don't need to over-prepare. I've been prepared my whole life. What is it that has prepared him the most?
I think, again, his experience, it really comes down to the lessons learned in life. And again, one reason I elected this I voted for this president, he was elected, of course, is his experience in the battlefield of business. And, as Trump said in The Art of the Deal, it comes down, really to trust. And he has a lot of balls in the air. I think that's really the key takeaway here. Is that, and really, he runs this country like a business. And I think that's really the key here, is we have a businessman, in the White House negotiating this deal. We haven't seen this ever in the history of the United States. So, again, my confidence is extremely high here going into this summit.
All right, Brad Thomas, you've written a book about this. You know what you speak. Great to have you on this morning.
Thanks, Brad. Appreciate your time.
Great. Thank you so much.